What's up guys, Justin here with the Rhino Essentials. So in today's video we're going to talk about how to save different viewports inside of Rhino so you can access them quickly later. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. So this is a SketchUp file that I downloaded from the 3D warehouse and then imported into Rhino. You can download that by going to the house model by Zane S in the SketchUp 3D warehouse. What I want to talk about in this video is how we can save different views inside of Rhino, because otherwise what can happen is you can just spend a lot of time like re-navigating to different views, right? So what I want to do is I want to save a couple different viewports that I can go back to really quickly. So first thing we're going to do when we do this, I've double clicked on my perspective view just to make this one viewport, my central viewport right here. But what I want to do is I want to save this, right? Because right now, if I select perspective from my list, I'm not really getting that saved camera location. What we can do is we can click on this drop down right here. And what we want to do is we want to add a named view. So we want to go into our set view functions and we want to add a named view. In this case, right, that's going to pop up a little window right here. And what this window is going to do is it's going to allow us to manage our different views inside of Rhino. So the first thing we want to do is notice how it says no named views have been saved. Well, what I want to do is I'm going to right click. I'm going to click on save current viewport as named view. That's going to save my current camera location and view properties into whatever I name this. For me, I'm going to save this as perspective 1 and click on OK. And so now notice how I have a view that shows up in here called perspective 1. And so if I was to, I'm going to drag this out of the way real quick. So if I click this drop down right here and go down to my set view options, notice how I have all the views that I previously had, but there's also an option here for perspective 1. What that means is I can go back to that view really quickly. Let's say we wanted to add another view right here. So looking at this way. So again, I've got this named views window. I can also just come in here and just do a set view, named views to pop that window up. This time I want to right click on this and I want to save this current viewport as a named view. So this one I'm going to call perspective 2 and hit the OK button. Now notice how I have multiple different views in my name view manager, and I can navigate to those views by double clicking on this like this. Now I have these different views saved in here and I can get to them really quickly. And I don't even need to be in the name views window. What I can do is I can also just select them from the set view. Notice how those are now going to show up down here and you can quickly select them. So if I wanted to go to perspective 2, I can just click on perspective 2. And so you can also save other properties about your view in here as well. So let's say, for example, that I wanted this view to be a wireframe view. Or let's go with a shaded view like this. So let's say I didn't want it to be rendered. So what I could do is I could now create a new named view. And this one, we're going to right click on it and we're going to call this one perspective 2 shaded like this. All right. And so let's say that we wanted to edit this view, because right now, if I was to rotate out of this view and then double click on this, notice how it just takes me back to that save camera location. Well, if you wanted to update this view, so let's say we wanted to kind of rotate it so that we're looking down and move it over a little bit like this. Let's say I wanted to save over my current settings. What I could do is I could just click on the save as button right here and I could just save this as perspective 2. And what that's going to do is that's going to overwrite your current view settings if you say yes. So now notice how my thumbnail updated because I have auto update thumbnails selected. So now my view has been updated to reflect those new properties. So there's also an option here for edit by looking. So what that's going to do is that's going to let us move around. Notice how my thumbnail is adjusting with my movement like this. So I can move this around to set my new view. And then I can just close out of this window right here. Well, notice how that new view is now saved as perspective 2. So let's do something a little more extreme. Like maybe if we looked at this from the side, notice how this view saved. Then you can close out of this and that perspective 2 view has now adjusted based on that new camera location right here. So you can use that in order to edit these kind of in place without having to do the save over function. I'm probably going to do more of the save over function myself, but either one of those is going to work for navigating between these different views. Notice that if you right click on this and go down to your properties, you can take this view right, like this, and you can set the things like camera location as well as your camera target. And so if you adjust your name view properties, notice that you can also adjust things like your focal length. So for example, if I set this to 40, notice how my focal length in this camera is going to change to 40. So you can use that in order to adjust that focal length. You can also adjust things like your projection method. So for example, right now we're in perspective. However, if we wanted to, we could adjust this so that it's a parallel projection instead. So now if I click on OK, then double click on this, notice how now my perspective lines are in a parallel projection mode rather than a perspective mode. So you can use this to toggle that on and off. That's going to be especially valuable if you're trying to create like a top view or something like that. So let's say I'm going to put this back the way it was, but I'm going to create a new view. So I'm just going to put us on a top-down view. Go to set view, top, like this. And I'm going to save that. So I'm just going to right click and I'm going to save current viewport settings. And we're going to call this top down. And in top down, I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to set my properties to parallel projection. And it actually already did that automatically. But now I can toggle between my perspective view right here and my top down view right here so that I can create those plan views without the extra perspective in the background. All right, and then one other interesting way that you can create a new view is you can also use this button right here for create using widget. And so create using widget is basically going to allow you to create a camera based on setting a physical location. For example, let's say I was to call this like side perspective. So I just clicked on this button right here. I'm going to label it side perspective. And now I'm going to click where I want that camera to point, this backside right here. Notice how now if I move my mouse around, this is actually creating a physical camera in a 3D space. So basically it's setting your location and your height and your focal length, all by allowing you to click in here. So notice how, for example, I can click and I can move this so that my focal length is whatever width I want it to be, right? So if I click in here, notice how this is actually creating that camera in the 3D space and using it to set up my view. For this one, right, let's say I was to set this to that side perspective view right here. Well, if I was to click on this and click on the button for show named view widget, basically what that's going to do is that's actually going to show me the camera object inside of my scene. So what I can do is I can then take that and I can move it around. So like I'm actually moving a camera around in here. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the rotation just a little bit. I'll go ahead and move it forward. Notice how you can see that in the 3D space. But what I can do is notice how I've set this to that side perspective view. I can right click on this and click on restore named view to see what that camera is seeing. So if you do want to create a camera in a physical space like this, you can use create using widget in order to do that. And then you can actually move your camera around in a 3D space. Actually, all of these are using a widget. So for example, if I click on perspective 2, then I'm going to toggle off your side perspective. But if I click on perspective 2 and click on show named view widget, it's actually going to show you your camera location in the 3D space. So even though we didn't use the widget in order to create this, all of these views have a camera associated with them that you can move around like a piece of geometry directly inside of Rhino. All right, so leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any questions about creating name views in Rhino. I just love having that conversation with you guys. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.